Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome. Thank you for tuning in on time. That shows your diligence. We would like to begin by thanking each one of you for taking out your valuable time and joining us and gracing and beautifying today's absolutely exhilarating and power-packed day. I am Prajakta Bhagat, your host for today, and you are the master of your game. With happy and positive vibes, I would like to welcome all of you to the Economic Times Virtual Tech Summit 2022, co-powered by IBM, wherein we truly believe in bringing the change we truly want to see. Well, we would like to firstly thank our esteemed partners for extending their gracious support. Our presenting partner, Kindred, co-powered by IBM. Our innovation partner, Dell Technologies. Platinum partners, Cloudflare, Commvault, and Hitachi Vantara. Our gold partners, Manage Engine, Micro Focus, STGDC, Tata Communications, VMware, and WiseTech. And finally, last but not the least, our associate partner, TechWave. Well, I can assure you one thing to all the brilliant people that we have sharing this virtual tech, that by end of today, when we leave this room, we are going to forever change the way we think and talk about digital and business. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they say in today's era of volatility, there is no other way but to reinvent. The only sustainable advantage that you can have over others is agility. And that's because nothing else is sustainable. Everything else that you create, somebody else will definitely replicate. Apart from all the things which are unequal, and the one thing that we all have in similar quantities is the time. So today we'll be talking about transformations, we'll be talking about agility. And along with that, we'll be urging all of you to please visit and engage our booth, post your experiences with us, and tag us using the hashtag ETVTS. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are also here to reward you for your gracious and kind presence. We have Amazon vouchers to be given to all of you. So please follow the guidelines and stay tuned with us till the very end throughout. Now coming to my favorite part, which is the announcements. After all, that's what we all are here to get engaged with you actionably and not just verbally. Today's digital experience setup is curated and created so that you can click on the experience zone wherein partners booth will showcase our partners' innovative solutions. But not limited to just that. Explore the brand videos, the brochures, book an appointment with the booth representatives. You can fill in the feedback forms. This has constantly helped us evolve to scale up, and you know it better. You know it very closely. The UI buttons at the bottom of your screen can take you to the networking lounge, wherein a wholesome experience in itself, and open networking, wherein you can connect with like-minded folks. The interesting concept that you have to participate in the group chats. There's a virtual space for one-to-one discussions with all our esteemed speakers and the discussants. You can exchange virtual business cards too. You will be receiving digital certificates to acknowledge your gracious presence once again. We also have a resource center that contains useful documents along with a live chat feature. So please feel free to converse with us. We also have an engagement zone that is absolutely intriguing with elements like getting cozy at photo booth, and Karash gave social wall, which is available to share your comments. Please feel free to share your experiences, highlights of your learning on social media of today's summit using the hashtag ETVTS. Well, ladies and gentlemen, everything else leads you to ramp up your leaderboard scores. So let's make it happen with all those amazing gift vouchers which are stored in just for you. Visit the leaderboard terms and conditions for more information. And it boils down to one thing. Get the action mode on this absolutely thought-provoking Tuesday. Well, ladies and gentlemen, talking about today's the Economic Times Tech Summit 2022, India's leap into future or leap into sustainable future, as it is all set to cater to your individual needs and provide tailored experiences. The summit will assist you in determining which technology is appropriate for your firm. We will be hearing from some local and global professionals about how they used and implemented these technologies to guarantee business continuity during and after the pandemic. The summit will witness relearning the current trends with some of the renowned stalwarts and giants of the industry, setting the path for the future with highly insightful and brain-stimulating takeaways, and of course, our robust panelists. So ladies and gentlemen, so let's take a look at our first speaker. And regulation in the Metaverse. We have with us the very dynamic Cathy Lee, Head of Media, Entertainment and Sport Industries at the World Economic Forum. Let's have a virtual round of applause for her.
everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. My name is Cathy Lee. I'm the head of media, entertainment, and sports industries at the World Economic Forum. Thank you to the Economic Times Tech Summit for having me. I've been asked to talk about the economic opportunities that could be generated by the metaverse and the challenges that are coming along with the opportunities. So first of all, I would like to start by trying to explain what is the metaverse. The term metaverse became mainstream when Facebook changed its name to Meta in October last year. However, we at the World Economic Forum and other experts in the media, entertainment, and sport industries have been thinking and working on this concept for much, much longer. The term metaverse can be traced back to the 1992 science fiction novel Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson, referring to a shared virtual world. In fact, since the 1970s, technologists have been imagining the future of the internet and its successor, and argue that the internet will eventually evolve into the metaverse, which will come to represent the next major computing platform. Today, the internet is the main entry point for almost 4 billion consumers consuming content daily, including accessing information and services, communicating and socializing with each other, selling goods, and entertaining ourselves. The metaverse may effectively replicate this value proposition, with the key difference being that it will become harder to delineate between our online and offline presence. This can manifest itself in various different ways, but we believe that extended reality, XR, the combination of augmented, virtual, and mixed reality will play an important role. Central to the concept of the metaverse is the idea that virtual 3D environments that are accessible and interactive in real time will become the transformative medium for social and business engagement. These environments will be dependent on widespread adoption of extended reality. And that leads us to the next topic on opportunities and challenges that are coming with the metaverse. There has been a spur in interest and activity surrounding the metaverse in the last year, with many executives claiming that their building the metaverse will have a strategy for engaging with it, or sometimes both. In our opinion, the metaverse is still mostly conceptual and rapidly evolving, as we have recently seen from the market reaction to non-fungible tokens, NFTs, or the play-to-earn gaming model. What is evident, however, is the inherent lack of clarity in its construct and what it can become. Some believe that the metaverse will become a significant part of the world economy, transforming business and social life on a level comparable to the internet. This is only strengthened by the diverse range of companies that have been rushing to be part of the clamor, from dating companies to crypto exchanges. At the same time, this highlights the influence that the major technology companies have on the internet today, and how that can transpose itself into to the metaverse. Within the private sector, there's a debate on the extent to which the metaverse should or even can be interoperable. Many open standards have been proposed for the metaverse, but the incentives for adopting them appear to be outweighed by the interest of some technology companies to maintain control. However, the notion of interoperability can be insignificant without a consistent regulatory policy landscape. If laws for monetizing and moderating the metaverse are made and applied differently around the world, is it truly possible for a single metaverse to exist? Nowhere is this more apparent than in the varying attitudes to internet regulation today. With software creation and adoption diffusing around the world, regulation is expanding with it. President Biden in the US recently signed a executive order to regulate cryptocurrencies amidst its link to crime, international conflict, and risks to financial stability. The European Commission recently called for further scrutiny of the development of the economic models of the metaverse, suggesting that plans to create an all-encompassing virtual reality environment would pose new challenges for antitrust regulators in the EU. So next, I would like to expand a bit further on how the metaverse may be monetized. Metaverse monetization can be observed through a lens of experiences rather than technology. This widens the range of business models that support individuals and companies in creating, marketing, and selling new products, goods, and services, particularly in advertising. Many brands are using video games, AR features, and digital replicas that provide early use cases of how we can build recognition and engagement among consumers on metaverse-like platforms. Patents filed by Meta indicate that advertising and sponsored content will form a significant part of its metaverse strategy. But advertising today is dominated by the private sector and title products that predominantly hold real-world value. This doesn't really support the argument that the metaverse will create a new digital economy different from the one we know today. This is why NFTs have risen in popularity and are being watched with interest. Fashion houses, auctioneers, and sports and properties are among the businesses selling NFTs, which enable individuals to own digital assets. People have long built communities based on things they own, and the technology behind NFTs, blockchain, theoretically can create incentives for these communities to form and strengthen. With this accelerated pace of moving to a virtual reality, it is likely that many people will spend more time blending offline and virtual interactions. And therefore, it would be prudent to pay attention to how digital safety risks transpose to this environment. There are many examples of potential risks and safety challenges that can be found in existing applications of virtual worlds or on many gaming platforms. In addition, current digital safety risks can be exacerbated in the metaverse. Firstly, depending on how digital spaces are governed, there are risks of unwanted touch and contact in a more intrusive multimodal environment. Furthermore, while technology may provide new forms of engagement, it can also potentially be abused by bad actors in ways that may not be fully understood just yet. Effective standards and regulations will be needed to govern how data is shared with virtual worlds to ensure privacy. Engaging in the metaverse will constitute of a utilization of integrative emerging technologies. This calls for a global thorough open box security validation process of the protection provided within the environments against a breach of confidentiality, integrity, and other aspects of security. Right now, one of the most common forms of governance in virtual worlds is a reactive and punitive form of moderation. This doesn't prevent harms from occurring in the first place, and often consequences can be circumvented as bad actors become more sophisticated in how they toe the lines of the policies. Finding ways to incentivize better behaviors and perhaps reward positive interactions may need to become a bigger part of a safer digital future, especially given the increased safety risks in the metaverse. With all these opportunities and challenges laid out, I'd like to speak to what the forum is doing about it. A successful vision of the metaverse is one that sees technologies coming together in an integrated, interoperable, and inclusive way. If the vision of the metaverse is to be realized, it will require collaboration between the private sector, civil society, and other important stakeholders such as academics and regulators. The World Economic Forum is bringing together leading voices from these groups to define and build the metaverse, which focuses on two areas. One, XR ecosystem governance, and two, generating economic and societal value from the metaverse. XR governance will explore how to build effective policy frameworks, promote equity, inclusion, sustainability, and accessibility in XR, ensure economic opportunities and interoperability while preserving user safety and privacy. The second pillar around value creation will explore the commercial side in the metaverse, how assets are designed, advertised, marketed, and sold. What are the near to long-term implications on business models across various industries? Explore the potential of the creator economy, and last but not least, analyze its impact on society and culture. Our plan is to launch this new initiative on defining and building the metaverse at the World Economic Forum's annual meeting in Davos, taking place in May this year, and continue shaping this with inputs from multi-stakeholders. We have a unique opportunity right now to set the foundations for the metaverse and avoid the problems of today's internet propagating to Web 3.0. We can embed digital safety standards from the onset, avoid regulation lagging innovations through better public and private sector collaboration, and create an economically viable environment for all. In addition, it would be equally important to identify what use cases will prevail and how organizations can mitigate risks of acting too early or too late. Thank you very much for having me today, and I wish everyone a good day. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, post that invigorating session, we hope you're feeling absolutely pumped up with your energies. So don't forget to tag us using the hashtag ETVTS and post on your social media platforms. Well, it's time to witness a power-packed session to relearn and imbibe some invigorating insights and anecdotes with some of the most prolific and eminent speakers we have on board. So without any further ado, let's take a look at our panelists for next session.